all of this week's preparation, Jeff, comes down to this. All the anxiety, the nerves. Now you're inside the car, pulling those belts tight, checking them multiple times, checking your radio, making sure everything works inside this car, getting the steering wheel on right. And if you're a little bit nervous, maybe say a prayer or two.
Yeah, you get your mind right. You just qualified this race car. You think you know what it's going to do based on that qualifying, but you got to understand, you weren't side by side with somebody. So what am I doing to get myself ready to be ready for turn one? And also the launch on this restart. That's going to be so important. When this race starts, who gets the launch can determine who's got the best line into turn one. That's where this race starts. Sometimes turn one is where it ends.
Absolutely, but until then, we're going to sit here on this pit road, get our steering wheel right, back the car up a little bit, make sure everything's working. You're looking over the top of all the cars in front of you, waiting for that pace car to pull off. And as soon as that pace car pulls off, the anxiety, the nerves, they go away. And the green flag is going to be coming up next. Chandler Smith, we got a spin. We got a spin back here. Multiple cars hard into the wall.
Allgaier involved in it as well. Ryan Sieg in the 39, we saw him sideways.
We talked about it. This racetrack is slick. Nobody knows how much grip it's got. The first time cars side by side, we saw incidents in qualifying, and now that they're racing, it even is that much slicker.
Pretty decent damage on the left front of the 7, both the rear, the front. No heavy damage like chassis type, but a lot of body works.
Left rears, left sides are running. Don't hit them flat. Just go nice and easy. Get caught up, and we'll come down pit road.
That's Allgaier's new crew chief this year, Jim Holman, giving him the information. He obviously knows their tires are rubbing. You see the smoke, but to go nice and easy, a flat tire would damage the car much, much worse.
We saw so many accidents during qualifying, more than normal, even in the Cup Series, a few cars losing control on this hot and slick racetrack. Yesterday, a lot cooler temperatures, a lot more rubber down on the racetrack there. You see Stephen Parsons crawling out of his car. Good to see after that hard head-on lick into the outside wall. But we saw so much more grip and comfort in these cars yesterday than today. We'll see how this develops down into turn one. It's like Kyle Sieg gets up into the car on the outside, loses control. Everybody just trying to avoid.
There you go. See 3 wide. A little bit of movement on that middle car of Sieg, then up into 27, and just all this is reactionary to that.
Stephen Parsons, just a hard hit right here. So he gets turned into the outside wall.
I'm not scared. Jump up there and see what he can make happen, picking up spots.
Little contact right there. Off of turn 2. Ty Gibbs gets put in the fence just a little bit. Now we're 3 wide, multiple rows down into turn 3 for the first time at full speed. Oh! We got another spin.
This time it's Austin Hill in the 21 who goes around. And the caution will come back out, and Ryan Sieg spins again in the 39.
This track is treacherous at the moment, and we have not made one clean lap. But to be honest, nobody respected it that lap either. They just saw it, how bad it is, and they dropped the green flag and said, let's go, let's get there as quick as we can and do it again.
That was the first time down into turn 3 at speed. Much more speed than you're carrying into turn 1 on the initial start or the restart. And they're 3 wide for multiple rows. The guys that are behind that have the dirtiest air you could possibly have going into a situation like that. There's Austin Hill looking as low as possible, just trying to get a good idea where he's at, where the corner is. Just gets loose and has to correct the car. You can't do anything but turn right, unfortunately, into the door of the car inside you. That spins you right around. We see it a lot. It dives down into 3 here, Jeff.
This all started off turn 2. Ty made it 3 wide, and it bottled everybody up on the exit of 2, and then that allowed this to be 3 wide. And then look right here. He drives in the corner and just, boom, immediately the back end comes around.
Old Jeff Burton, his left rear quarter panel's about to tap
the
out.
19 on the top of your screen, Ty Gibbs. Steve, you mentioned at the top of the show, there have been 11 different winners in the last 11 races. And by the way, Ty Gibbs is not one of those. So as he's out front here in stage 1 and looks as though he's going to win stage 1 pretty handily, he could be throwing his name into the hat for possibly making it 12 for 12. He'll take stage 1 and the win. Cole Custer finishing second in that stage. Third stage win already this year. Just his fourth start for Ty Gibbs.
Sam Mayer all the way up to 8th after starting outside the top 30. That a very impressive first stage for the 19-year-old driver of the 1.
After a chaotic start to this race, stage 1 in the books. A couple seats sliding in tandem. But in the end, Ty Gibbs gets the stage 1 win.
Cole Custer knows this is his move. He backs off. Down in the turn, contact. The 19's around.
21 up the racetrack, caught the 19. Caution comes out again. And Carson Hocevar in the 77 also involved. AJ Allmendinger slides sideways.
Yeah, big contact with the 77 into the door of the 19.
We talked about the old tires and the disadvantage that would be.
That left front not looking good, Steve.
No, I believe this is going to be terminal for the 77. Something's broken in the upper end of the suspension. You see all the body damage. You know, it's easy to use the 19 as well. Left front completely bent in. Yes, Dave.
Hey, Steve, he reported to his crew, track bar broken. We are done.
Yep, I believe the 19, the 77 are going to be done. The 10 looks more just some superficial. The left rear definitely had some sort of contact. The yellow's gone. Guys, let's take a look. The 21 starts on the bottom, and the 10 or the 0 looks 3 wide.
He looks 3 wide, but the 21 goes down in the corner and just doesn't have the grip. He's so loose, he cannot turn the wheel left to drive the car around the bottom of the corner. Drives up the racetrack right into the door of the 19.
Yeah, just those old tires and not really understanding maybe the pace he can carry in there. He hasn't restarted with old tires before, you know, and so he drove in there, just miscalculated the amount of grip he was going to have. See the damage, that 10 car, right rear quarter panel. Here it is, watch Austin Hill. Gets to the bottom, and immediately he's in trouble. Up the hill he goes and into the 19.
Yeah, he turned down in the corner. The car
It's been a struggle since then. Finally hurt him strong so far.
3 wide down into turn 1. Oh, we got a spin. Sammy Smith's in the wall.
And Sheldon Creed looked like got into the back of him.
Brandon Jones collected. Tears the left front fender off of the 9 car. He was trying to find a way through that.
Turn 1 has been the trouble spot all day.
The race anywhere out there seems this is the most chaos I think we've seen the entire year.
So watching these cars down the front straightaway, the 2 and the 18, side by side, side drafting, Sheldon Creed on the inside. They go down into turn 1. Can't wait to see the replay to be able to analyze exactly how it went down. But good hard racing down the front straightaway. Escalated into turn 1. The 2's trying to side draft a little bit here. He's got the momentum. The 18 down in the corner right on his door. 2 gets loose, up the track. Oh, I talked about it earlier. When you go down into the corner, we know this track is really low on grip. And when you race down in the corner right on somebody's door, you're taking a big risk. Trusting that that guy can control his car and keep it low. Sheldon not able to do that in that situation.
And Brandon Jones in that 9 car, he can't catch a break this year. There is nothing that's gone right for them. Look at this. He's here minding his own business. They start wrecking in front of him. He tries to get slowed down and just nothing to do.
Chandler Smith out of Talking Rock, Georgia, is going to claim his 2nd career stage win. And the fight for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th very tight as they all cross the finish line.
Good stage for Hemrick, who's right, coming into this race just 18 above the cut line for the playoffs. Important for him to maximize these stages, get as many points as he can, not only finishing good at the end of these races, but putting a stage together like that is going to be important for him.
Not as big, but there were more incidents in stage 2 as well. You're watching the NASCAR Xfinity Series Tennessee Lottery 250. Bumping and banging as they get to the start-finish line. Everybody fanning out. Chandler Smith not having a great restart. And up the racetrack sideways, the 16, Chandler goes. And the caution comes out.
NASCAR is going to have to go back and look at that restart. You know, you're not allowed to change lanes until the start-finish line, but that's assuming everybody accelerates. We saw a lot of wheel spin. Some cars didn't go. This is those tough decisions when you have to be in the NASCAR tower. They're going to have to look at that restart and assume, you know, did the 98 have no choice? I mean, if the car in front of you spins the tires, you don't have to run into the back of them. So a lot happened in just a short period of time right there.
It did. The big winner and all that, though, is, you know, and I don't know how they're going to line them up, but look, watch what happens right here. So to me, Allmendinger's bringing them down very slow. Gets into the Geico restart zone, and off he goes. So that looks good to me. I don't see anything that was done wrong there.
The question I have is, and I think the 16 is kind of slipping and sliding, and he actually almost changes lanes, kind of getting loose and going left. You know, I don't think the 98 pulled right as much as the 16 goes left. Let's look.
He gets a shove right here. That turns him left. I think NASCAR might look at that and not come down too hard on the 98.
They stack up on that outside line and now start to fan out. A really good restart for A.J. Allmendinger. Herbst falling back, but look at Allmendinger pulling away from the field. Hemrick to the bottom of the racetrack. Riley Herbst still outside trying to get momentum up. One more time around.
White flag.
Oh, the 11's out of control.
Slid up the racetrack, but he keeps it going straight.
That's because the 21's front bumper was jacking him up down the front straightaway.
Side by side for second. But it's Allmendinger who has dominated here late. Herbst into second, but Allmendinger out of turn 4, grabbing his 17th career win. A.J. Allmendinger wins at Nashville.
Breaking down the front straightaway to the start-finish line. Big crash. Multiple cars involved there as the team celebrates.
Thank you. Everybody, amazing job. Pit stop. Everybody fixing the car. You want to play with my guitar, baby? Let's go! Hell yeah, boys!
Like Justin got up the racetrack and got on the side of Redscliffe, I believe. He started packing up behind him. So right here, see, he starts getting up the racetrack and make contact.
Yeah, just ran out of racetrack there. It's really everybody out of control, but watching back to the throttle here. Gasses it up. Just drives right in the door of the 31, and everybody coming from behind. A lot of contact. Parker backwards across the finish line.
Rick, talk about chaos this afternoon. A lot of cautions. At the end of the day, A.J. Allmendinger, the Cup Series driver, back for a little taste of the NASCAR Xfinity Series, wins this race. How did you do it?
Let me get my breath back here, Dave. I'm kind of old for this. It's hot. Can't believe I got to race tomorrow now. All thanks to all the men and women at College Racing. Got Bailey Zimmerman. He flew in from Chicago this morning. Awesome to have him here, win a race for him. Car was really good. Got caught up in that wreck and that one restart. Thought at least our chance to win was over, but the guys did such a great job of fixing it. Can't thank everybody at Xfinity for putting this show on. ECR, Chevy, all the men and women at College Racing, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Action Industries, Lee Filter, Celsius on our car tomorrow. Just so proud of it. This is one of those iconic trophies you want to win. What a cool way to do it.
Do you play guitar?
I do not. But I got a really good guy here to teach me, so Bailey's going to have to teach me playing the guitar.
We have seen you win so often on the road courses. When you finally won on an oval, it was a big deal. Coming back now and doing this as a part-timer, what's that mean to you?
anytime you went on oval, any race. Dave, hell, I don't know I'm going to do this again. You don't know when it's your last win. So, yeah, all these wins are amazing. I love winning on ovals because I know a lot of people doubt me being on an oval. So it's, what a day. I love you. My very pregnant wife is in Nebraska right now with her family doing a baby shower. Love you, Mom and Dad, all my friends and family. What a great time.
Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the upcoming birth as well.
Life is good.